Ladies.
Whoa,
Powerful
ladies,
show.
give yourself a round of applause.
Yes.
The future of Barbados is in good hands, right?
Very, very good hands. And you know, once a woman's involved, everything has to go well.
As the song says, put a woman in front, right?
And what the men have to do is support and encourage. You know?
Support and encourage.
And listen. And listen.
You know, Stokely always talk about communication and the fact that men need to listen. And both parties need to listen, communicate, and work towards a resolution.
That's right. And communication, we speak about that generally, is a type of communication that we heard tonight.
That's
Women are having emphasizing throughout the night. So, on behalf of the men, and the men out there stubborn too, there's a lot that we can take away from this.
It's true. It's true.
Right?
It really was eye-opening.
So thank you on behalf of the men that wanted to listen.
Correct.
All right?
And thanks for sharing, ladies, for real.
All right. The next topic was what the women want. We want to say thanks to Standard, never beaten on quality, never beaten on price. And thank you to Brian Stokes for providing the wonderful wine tonight.
Oh, and wine is lovely.
Everyone who stood up and feel comfortable to share and to communicate what was necessary tonight. Thank you to Brian Stokes as well.
I know Stokely next week is a really important week for the men.
Yes.
You know,
Amen.
we'll be doing our reply, but more so talking about what is.
What's the name of the show? Say it again.
Men want things too. That's the name of the show. Men want things too.
That's right. So now we have a great panel like that. So you ladies are more than welcome to listen to what.
To listen. Yes.
And to also respond, not in a negative way, but get a different, our perspective on everything that was shared. So thank you on behalf of all of us here, Telia, Simon, myself. This was Lost in Translation, but we don't close it like that.
Bro.
Go to yours, sweetheart, and close it properly.
This has been another edition of
Lost in Translation.
Over to you, Scott.
All right. Woo. So we're off air. You guys were live on radio.
That was a great show.
But listen, you know, the conversation continues because at the end of the day, people say that women don't know what they want, women want too many things, all kinds of things. But the truth is, from my experience, women want to feel safe. Women want to be in a space with people that they can trust, that they can rely on, and that they can share and build a life with. I don't know what it is that men seem to be so afraid of. It's almost as though I remember I used to watch on cartoons. There was this Elvira. She used to kill the pets. She would love them too much. I feel like that's how men feel. Like the women love them so much, and the men are just running. Let me go. I don't want to stay home. I don't want to do all these things. I don't want to have a date night. Like, where you want to do all these things?
Want me to tell you where it comes from? It comes from us because we love these sons too much.
I know.
I was just gonna say that.
Our sons.
Somebody on the other side was just gonna say that.
I was gonna say the mother.
We son husbands, we sons.
Uh-huh.
And then we expect them to know how to love other women when they come into the looking for mothers.
Definitely.
Wow. Anybody had that experience?
Plenty times. Plenty times.
Wow. Well, guys, I want to thank you for being a part of the showroom audience this evening. There will be lots more events like this because Lost in Translation is really about bringing clarity. We recognize that a lot of things are lost in translation between men and women. Sometimes we don't communicate in the same way, we don't understand and interpret in the same way. And so coming down the line, we're going to have some mix and mingle events for the single ladies. We're planning a couples retreat for people who are in relationships or married. You know? Yeah, they mix and mingle. So the mix and mingle will be for men and women to come out and be able to interact with each other. Quality men and quality women getting together in the same space. And then also something for couples. Pardon?
Screen them
first? That's what the mix and mingle is for. So you have to know what questions to ask. What are some of the things that we should ask when we meet men, when we get into relationships? Because I find that sometimes we just like who like us. Somebody comes around. What are some of the questions? Let's get one of the mics going in the audience. What are some of the questions that we should ask when we meet people? When we meet a man, what are some of the things that we should ask him within the first 2 or 3 dates?
So for me, I would ask is what does your value system look like? And also, how do you manage conflict? Because for me that is very important, because I think that in relationships, people tend to continue to fight against each other and not try to solve the problem. It's always about who winning, who right, and not about, okay, we can come to a common ground, this is the relationship we want, this is where we're heading. So then we're going to look for ways to fix it, as you correctly said, the counseling, if you need to go and do some research online or whatever the case may be, have the hard conversations.
One thing that
Well, how do you handle, sorry, I just want to recap those two things. What does your value system look like, and how do you handle conflict? Okay.
one thing that Prince Young spoke about earlier, I think, was integrity. And then the young lady in white said about a narcissist. You ask a question to somebody who's highly intelligent and knows what they're speaking about, they will tell you what their value system looks like. I want somebody to want to hear. I want to see it. And you said this, how they treat others. So it's okay to ask someone if someone is highly intelligent and they know what they're doing, they will give you the correct answer.
Stop letting men ask us, so what are you looking for in a man? I ain't looking for nothing. Tell me what it is.
No, I want you to show it.
Demonstrating.
Seeing it is more important.
I'll tell you some of the pressure points where you get to see who a man really is are when you have to deal with your parents, right? When you have to deal with your children, when you have to deal with your exes and money, because those things really reveal a lot about a person's character. Some people are very, very sweet when they have money, but when they don't have money, they turn into Jekyll and Hyde. You know, some people like you, but they don't like your kids. Some people like you, but they don't like your parents. Right? And so, yeah, well, that's true too. But it reveals a lot about who a person is. Because as Monica is rightly saying, you don't have to like them, but you have to respect them. But how they deal with those people tells you a lot about who they are. And I had a pastor one time, Pastor Elector, he always used to say, don't wait till you're in a situation to find out who people are. Sometimes you gotta create a situation and see how people deal with it. So you know if that person is somebody that you can rely on in a real situation. He said, don't wait until you really, with your back against the wall to get the reality check that, you know, sometimes you just ask a question, you just put certain things out there to see how the person will respond. Maybe you do have a solution, but you want to see if that person's going to step out and say, well, hey, yeah, I can help with that or whatever.
What I would add to what you're saying, because I think everything you've said so far is I'm in agreement with. But what we need to start doing is asking the hard questions first. Don't get googly eyed first. Don't let the butterflies start come out the cocoon first. Ask the hard questions first. That will determine who
Example
stays.
of a hard question.
What are you looking for? You want to get married? You want children?
On the first date.
I did not say first date, but the problem with us, and I'm saying us because we have all.
Listen, we did a show 2 weeks ago called Expectations versus Reality, right? And we were asking, how do you show up when you meet somebody? Do you show up as your real self, or do you show up?
Listen. I know it's the moment's late, right? But let me explain. Let me just show you a different perspective, right?
Bring it down, slowly.
Sometimes women make it too easy for us.
That's it.
Sometimes, yeah.
More times than not, women make it too easy. You have to let a man earn you.
Wow.
And you would know for sure. She gave the analogy about the boat, swimming up to it. Sometimes people let a man go and practice swimming first. Make it too easy. And it's not a fault because more times than not, women know what they want long before men do.
But here's the challenge.
Hold on, 1 second. The challenge is that don't show your hand too early. Let him, because if you're in a particular place in life where you know what you want, and you don't pick up easily. When the man, y'all probably know before the man that he don't know what he about. So you have to decide for yourself if you're willing, if there's something you see that, not as a potential, but potential for development.
That's it, that's great, that is the line,
Potential
potential
for
for
development.
development.
So don't get googly
Back to
eyed as you
growth
say, but I will close up by saying, because this is your night, let men save everything for the back end.
Everything.
Everything. Because the man, so the non-verbal communication, he's in the pickup on. I'm going to relate to Kim Tones respond a particular way when I say that. Even though you explicitly shared it, you still have to react, because men are very reactive. So they're going to react to
You
a
want
negative
me to
response.
say to eat?
Right?
Right.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah, but
We can
tell
finish
us.
fast.
And sometimes it's not that we aren't recognizing it, but you're going to let us work hard on it.
But you see, there are two things I wanted to say to that. One, it is hard to have standards when there's so many women out there who make it so easy for men to behave bad. Because then what happens is you are perceived as being difficult. Oh, what you want me so difficult? What you want me so uptight? Because there are other women out there who would do it for less. And we're off here now. I remember saying